Everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher with lesson number 7. No, 8. Lesson number 8. Sorry about that. Okay, lesson number 8. Now, we did a cityscape at night and we did a landscape with trees. So I thought we'd do a skyscape. Now, a skyscape is a picture that shows only sky. Anything that's in the sky. It could be a hot air balloon, an airplane, a bird, a spaceship, like going a satellite or something that's in the sky. It can have clouds, but it can't show any land. Can't show the tops of mountains or water or anything in order for it to be a skyscape. Then there's another sky picture, and it's called a cloudscape. Now, a cloudscape is only clouds, no land, just clouds. And so, but a skyscape can have clouds, but a cloudscape doesn't have anything else in it but clouds. So we're going to do a skyscape, and I thought a hot air balloon would be something cool to do. So we're going to do our background first, which is going to be our sky. So we're going to need our paint, and let me switch our camera so we can get started. All right, so you're going to need your oil pastel, and you're only going to need your white oil pastel for this part. And we're just going to make some clouds and scribble them on the paper. So just scribble with some white oil pastel. You can make them big clouds or little clouds. They can go all the way across. It can be tiny clouds that look far away. So after you scribble a little bit with your oil pastel, making your clouds, you can go ahead and put that away. And now you're going to make some light blue for the sky color. So what I'm going to do is take some of my blue paint and take it over here to my white paint and make a light blue. And then you're just going to paint the whole paper on top of the clouds and everywhere. So wherever you drew the clouds with the oil pastel, it is resisting the paint. And we've done resist before. I'm going to get a little bit more water. Paint my clouds. My scribbly clouds. A little more water. A little more blue. And so now, I get all those little corners and the edges. Now what I can do, I'm going to put this off to the side and let this dry while we work on the hot air balloon. So I'm going to put this off to the side to let it dry. And I guess I should use my cleaning cloth. Uh-oh, where did I put my cleaning cloth? Or my paint? Oh, there it is. My desk has a lot of art supplies on it. I'm going to go ahead and wipe up this area. So now with your second piece of paper, you're not going to need the whole thing, but we're going to use the whole thing, kind of. So I'm going to fold it in half and cut on the line. And I'm going to leave this one down so I can paint on top of it. Right now, I'm going to fold this one in half. And you're going to use your pencil. And you're going to draw, make sure you're on the folded part. And you're going to draw a big, let's see, I'm going to turn it upside down. Near the bottom, not at the very top, because we're going to use that because I'm doing this upside down. I'm going to make a big letter C. And then I'm going to make a upside down L. And right here where the L and the circle meet, I'm just going to make a little curved line. So now I can cut this out, and I will have the same thing on both sides, because when you cut out something together, you make a symmetry. This line, fold right here becomes the line of symmetry. Now I'm going to follow this curved line here. And then I'm going to cut this piece off right here for my hot air balloon. I made the hot air balloon. And this little piece right here that's left over, I'm just going to cut a piece off of it. That's going to be my basket. So now I can put these scraps in my scrap bag. And I have my balloon pieces here. Now, because I drew with the pencil on this side, I'm going to flip it over so I can make this side the side I paint. And, oh, you know what Miss Branch forgot to do? She forgot to clean off her white. So let me go ahead and clean that off. And get my cleaning cloth. I added some more water because it was starting to dry. I'm going to go ahead and get that, clean that off. Just don't forget to clean off your paint in between using the colors. That way, it's not messed up. Now, you get to decide what do you want to do to your balloon. What colors do you want it to be? Now, on this one, I did red and orange, but you can do any colors you can think of. Oh, you know what? I think I want to do purple. I could do purple and white, like a pattern, like we did in another project where we made patterns. Or I could do a whole bunch of colors. Oh, you know what? I think I do want purple. So let me go ahead and make some purple, get some blue, bring it over to this red, and switch it around till I see it turns purple. And I'm just going to paint the top part purple. Now I'm on top of this other piece of paper. So I can, I'm not getting the table too messy, but it's okay if we get the table messy because we can just always clean it with our cleaning cloth. So I just did some purple. You know what? If I take the purple, the water I still have in my brush and swish it around in the red, some more with that purple, it'll probably turn like a red violet. See, yep, I made a red violet. And I like the zigzag lines I'm making on the balloon. I'll make it a little thicker so you can see it better. If I take this red violet I have on my brush, I'm going to dip and get a little bit of water. And I'm going to bring it to my white. And I can make it like a lavender or a pinkish color. That's the cool thing about tempera cakes. You get to mix your colors a lot faster. And if I take this pinkish color I have here, if I add it to the blue, it'll just get to another purplish color. Ooh, I can make it dark. I'm gonna add just a little bit of black to it. Add just a little bit black to it. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it's like a purplish gray. It's more like a tone. Which is something I teach in 4th grade about tints, shades, and tones. But it's never too early to learn about them. And tone is when you add gray to a color. And when you mix white and black together, you get gray. And since there was white mixed in with the purple, and then I added in some black, it turned into a tone. So I got purple, burgundy. Now let's see. I'm going to rinse out my bristles. And I better wet this up and get some of that off. Ooh, that's another color. Now it's light. I'm going to finish the rest of the balloon with this light color. Oh, and it's mixing in with the tone because I had too much water on my brush. But that's fine. It can dry a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and rinse out my bristles again. And I'm going to clean up my white and get my cleaning cloth and wipe up the extra. Okay. And I'm going to let this dry just a little bit. Now, while this is drying a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and paint my basket. Now, I'm going to paint my basket brown because baskets for hot air balloons are made out of wicker. And wicker is just lots of thin branches. It's a wood, but it's made out of very thin branches. Like if you took the very thin branches of like a bush that grows long on long branches, or like bamboo or something that grows real skinny, like before it gets older and thick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this little rectangle brown. That's going to be my basket. I'm going to move this over here. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up my area a little bit. Now, I probably should get some water on that. Dip it in my water. There we go. Move my pencil. All right, now. This is a little wet, so I'm going to probably have to use my cleaner and just tap it a little bit, pat it. It's just really running. Ooh, I didn't want to do that much, but it actually left an interesting little color. All right, so now I want you to be able to see the difference between these colors. So we're going to add in some black, but you got to wring out all of the extra water out of your bristles. So see how I'm taking my fingers and squeezing all the extra water out? I'm going to get just a little like that. You see it's dripping? I want to get it really dry. So I'm squeezing the extra out and I have just a little bit of water left. And I'm just going to use the water that's still on my black and use that as I don't want too much water. When you don't use a lot of water with tempera, you get a darker line and you can almost treat it like it's a pencil or a marker. And I'm going to hold my brush up so I can make a skinny line. If I press down flat like this, then I get a big line. So you got to hold your brush up and like your elbow up so that it's not resting on the table. And then hold your brush up and you can make a skinny line. And again, I'm not using any extra water because I want the line to be dark. And now I'm going to just do the edges of my hot air balloon. And also, if there is any extra water, it's not going to run off. So now I can let this dry. So now I have my hot air balloon done. Now you didn't have to do zigzags. You could have did lines, straight lines, or dots, or triangles like I did on this one. You're the artist, so you get to choose how you want to do yours. And let me go ahead and rinse off my bristles. And I can put my water and my paint aside. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry a little bit more. And take my cleaning cloth. And now I'm going to bring back my cloudy sky. And I'm going to use my glue now. Let's see. My basket's going to go there. And my hot air balloon, it could go straight. It could lean. How do I want this on here? I think I'll do straight. So again, not a lot. Just a dot. A dab of glue will do. And since this is kind of big and wet, I'm going to put some extra dots on here. And now I'm going to flip it and pat it because it's still very wet. Because you can see, I probably should have let it dry a little longer before I put it down. I'm going to go ahead and glue my hot air balloon basket on underneath. And that's still a little wet too. And now I have a skyscape. Now, if you want, I didn't draw the lines to the other one to the balloon and the basket, but if you would like to, definitely keep your squeeze out the extra water and get a little bit of black, and then you could draw lines, paint lines to your balloon from your basket. Like so. And there you have a skyscape. So everyone, lesson 8, a skyscape with a hot air balloon and some clouds. All right, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Bye.